Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is February 22nd. Lisa, Lydia, Scott here with you. Before we jump into our news and weather headlines, I want to remind you, of course, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning. It stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works for you or listen to it as a podcast. You can find us at inform.com/podcast. Look for the Inform Minute or anywhere you get your podcast. And check us out on our social media platforms in addition to Facebook or live on air every weekday morning. We're there with you 5 to 7.
All right, today, Lydia, not going to be as nice as yesterday. Yesterday, we were very spoiled. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Hope you got outside and enjoyed it. Temperature-wise, not terrible, but
Right.
the wind is kind of picking up, things changing.
And that February wind does still have a little bit of a bite. It is
Yeah.
still February. We'll look at 48 today. We topped off at 50 yesterday. So that's a very similar temperature, but the wind is ramping up for today. Out of the west-northwest, a good 10 to 25, maybe a gust near 30 this afternoon. So that'll provide a little bit of a bite and just make it feel a little colder.
Yeah.
Even though it's still going to be mostly sunny, and you look at the temperature, if you're inside thinking about going outside and you're like, oh, it's 48 degrees and sunny, then you go outside and your hair's all over the place and it feels a little bit colder. So we do have wind to battle for today. This ahead of a cold front that moves in tonight and brings us a totally different day for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Temps start off in the teens, low 20s, and sit in the 20s most of the day. We struggle to even get to 30 tomorrow. And then off and on flurries, maybe a dusting of snow for accumulation in some spots. Just a colder, breezy, crisper day for tomorrow. It's short-lived. Sun 50s are back on Saturday. I did add a chance of rain to Sunday, so lowered the temps into the 40s. Probably not a big widespread rain, certainly not an all-day rain, but there will just be a few spits out there and a little more cloud cover, and that'll keep us a little bit cooler. Monday is a gorgeous day. I have upper 50s flirting with 60. Too bad it's Monday.
Right.
Of course, the best forecast lines up on a Monday.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, and then another sharp cold front moves in Tuesday. We'll have falling temps. Wednesday looks cold, like highs in the teens on Wednesday. Yeah, big difference. And then the end of the 10-day has temperatures close to 60 for the start of March. So, I
my
mean,
goodness.
we are all over the place.
Yeah, seriously.
We have weather whiplash back and forth. It's really just two cold fronts that are causing kind of our step backs. And then our temperatures moderate when we don't have those cold fronts. So the first one being tonight, another big one on Tuesday into Wednesday. But otherwise, overall, hard to complain about this forecast. Okay.
All right, we
That's
can live
about
with
it.
that.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, if you woke up this morning without cell phone service, you are not alone. There's a nationwide outage of sorts of AT&T service throughout the country. Just because you have AT&T doesn't mean you don't have service, but if you have AT&T, there's a chance you don't have service this morning. It kind of all started around 8 o'clock, or not 8 o'clock, 2 o'clock this morning, overnight. Thousands of people started losing service with cell phone coverage with AT&T. Now, Verizon and T-Mobile are also impacted, but not nearly to the extent of AT&T. So if you have an outage of Verizon and T-Mobile, that is possible. Now, we did do some checking for you. This is impacting us locally here too, including me. I've been without cell phone service all morning long. It's kind of
So
annoying.
don't be mad at him if you called him or you text him and he's just like
Yeah.
not responding.
I'm not ignoring you. I didn't get it. Now, with this whole thing, if you have an iPhone, of course, or any phone, you can still use Wi-Fi services, so you can still access anything you could have before with Wi-Fi, but it's your calls and your text messages that might be impacted with this whole thing. So if you're doing those, you don't expect them to go through, especially if you have like an Android or something. If you have an iPhone, you can still send an iMessage because that goes through the Wi-Fi. Also, there's been some reports across the country of even not being able to contact 911 because of this whole thing. So usually if it says SOS in the corner of your phone, you can still contact emergency services, but anything else won't work. As of this morning, there's still like, I don't know, about 70,000 people or so with not having their cell phone service. So it's something we're working to find out more on. We have heard from AT&T that they're working to fix the issue, of course, but there's been no cause determined for what's causing this whole thing.
Big story. Another local story we're tracking for you. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has officially endorsed his Lieutenant Governor, Tammy Miller. Governor Burgum posted a video on X endorsing her. Miller is now one of 2 Republicans seeking the Republican Party's nomination. She'll face off against current U.S. Representative Kelly Armstrong. Travis Hipsher is the only Democrat in the race.
All right, meantime, President Joe Biden has approved a major disaster declaration request for damage done by that Christmas Day ice storm that impacted thousands of people here in North Dakota. Governor Doug Burgum says funding was approved for all 13 counties that requested it, including Cass, Barnes, and Stutzman counties. You'll recall that winter storm just wreaked havoc, caused over $11 million of damage, knocking out power to thousands of people throughout the region here. And so now FEMA can step up and help pay for some of the costs to repair damaged infrastructure, specifically power poles and power lines that were knocked down.
We're very excited here at WDAY. Today, we are your home for complete coverage of the North Dakota State High School hockey tournaments. Coverage kicks off this morning at 11 with the girls hockey quarterfinals on WDAY2. That's also known as the True Crime Network, if that's a little confusing. You can also watch the boys quarterfinals on WDAY Extra starting at noon. The semifinals are tomorrow. Championship games are going to air on Saturday on WDAY. And of course, if you're on the go, you're at work, you can watch it anytime on your phone or on your smart TV as well. If you use WDAY Plus, you can download the app from the Apple or Google Play Store. If you want more information on how that all works, just go to our website, inforum.com.
And of course, you know, Dom is going to be talking all about state hockey today on his program, Hot Mike. He's also going to be joined by former state champion head coach Dean Wilson. He's going to stop by the show to offer predictions on who can bring home the title this year. Plus, the Bison women's basketball team is in a rare spot, still in contention for a conference title. Jory Collins previews NDSU's huge weekend, including a showdown with UND. Hot Mike is live from 9 to 11 on WDOY Extra and on inforum.com.
Great time to get that inforum.com subscription. Just go to inforum.com/subscribe. Check out a lot of deals, including 99 cents a month for your first 3 months.
Yes.
And a few other great deals as well. And you can check out how you can get WDAY Plus on your phone. So we're just getting started with high school tournament time. You know, we're starting with hockey, but girls and boys basketball coming up as well.
If you're invested in that, it's worth investing in.
Absolutely.
In Forum because we got you covered there. All right, join us the rest of the day for our newscast as well. Our next one's at 11 o'clock, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with First News tomorrow morning for your Friday edition from 5 to 7 a.m.
Have a great day, everyone.